burrow, a hole or tunnel dug by a small animal, especially a rabbit, as a dwelling. The rabbit disappeared into its burrow. Foxes often make their burrows in sandy hillsides. Burrows provide protection for animals from predators. Canine, relating to or resembling a dog or dogs, canine teeth are used for tearing food. Dogs belong to the canine family. The canine unit helped the police in the search operation. Cetacean, a marine mammal of the order Cetacea, a whale, dolphin, or porpoise. Whales, dolphins, and porpoises are all cetaceans. Cetaceans are known for their intelligence and social behavior. Marine biologists study cetaceans to learn more about ocean ecosystems. Brood, a family of young animals, especially birds, produced at one hatching or birth. The hen sat on her brood of eggs. Birds typically raise their broods during spring. Farmers observe the brood hatching under the warm sunlight. Omnivore, an animal or person that eats a variety of food of both plant and animal origin. Humans are considered omnivores because they eat plants and meat. Bears are omnivores and will eat berries, fish, and insects. Omnivores can adapt to different food sources in various environments. Fawn, a large, sharp tooth, especially a canine tooth of a dog or wolf. The snake sank its fangs into its prey. Vampire bats have small but sharp fangs. Fangs help predators capture and eat their food. Pincer, a pair of hinged claws of a crab, lobster, or similar animal. The crab used its pincers to defend itself. Lobsters have strong pincers for crushing shells. Pincers can be used by animals to catch and hold their prey. Pelt, the skin of an animal with the fur, wool, or hair still on it. Trappers sold the pelts of animals they caught. The fox's pelt was thick and glossy. Pelts are often used in the fashion industry for making coats. Shoal, a large number of fish swimming together. A shoal of fish darted past the divers. Shoals help protect fish from predators by confusing them. The shoal moved in perfect unison, creating a mesmerizing sight. Fauna, the animals of a particular region, habitat, or geological period. The Amazon rainforest is home to diverse fauna. Scientists study the fauna of different ecosystems to understand biodiversity. The island's fauna includes many unique species not found elsewhere. Crepuscular, active during twilight, dawn and dusk. Deer are crepuscular animals, most active at dawn and dusk. The crepuscular nature of the bats makes them difficult to study during the day. Many predators are crepuscular to avoid the midday heat. Ectothermic, an organism that relies on external sources of body heat. Reptiles are ectothermic and often bask in the sun to warm up. Ectothermic animals adjust their behavior to regulate their body temperature. The ectothermic nature of amphibians requires them to be in warm environments. Endothermic, an organism that maintains its body temperature through internal heat production. Mammals are endothermic and can live in a wide range of climates. Birds are endothermic, allowing them to be active in colder environments. Endothermic animals have adaptations to manage their energy needs efficiently. Equine, relating to or affecting horses or other members of the horse family. Veterinarians specializing in equine care are in high demand. Equine therapy is used to help people with disabilities. The equine industry includes racing, breeding, and recreational riding. Oviparous, animals that lay eggs, with little or no other embryonic development within the mother. Birds and reptiles are examples of oviparous animals. Oviparous species produce eggs that hatch outside the mother's body. Oviparous reproduction can be an advantage in certain environments. Arboreal, living in trees. Many primates are arboreal, spending most of their lives in the treetops. Arboreal animals have adaptations like strong limbs and tails for climbing. The arboreal nature of the sloth makes it well suited to forest habitats. Piscivorous, feeding on fish. The osprey is a piscivorous bird, preying mainly on fish. Many piscivorous animals live in aquatic environments. Piscivorous species play a key role in maintaining fish population balance. Simian, relating to, resembling, or affecting apes or monkeys. The simian behavior of the chimpanzee is remarkably human-like. Simian species are known for their high intelligence and social structures. Researchers study simian species to understand primate evolution. Tame, domesticated or trained to accept the presence of humans, the once wild horse became tame after years of careful handling. Farm animals are often tame and interact well with humans. A tame animal can be a companion and source of comfort. Terrestrial, relating to the earth or land, terrestrial animals live and move on land rather than in water or air. The terrestrial environment includes forests, deserts, and grasslands. Terrestrial ecosystems are diverse and support a variety of life forms. Bovine, relating to cattle, bovine diseases can have significant impacts on agriculture. Bovine animals include cows, bulls, and oxen. The bovine industry is crucial for dairy and meat production. Avian, relating to birds, the avian species in the region are diverse and colorful. Avian flu is a concern for both birds and humans. Scientists study avian migration patterns to understand seasonal changes. Nocturnal, active at night, owls are nocturnal creatures, hunting for prey in the dark. Nocturnal animals have adapted to life in the darkness. The zoo has a special exhibit for nocturnal animals. Diurnal, active during the day, most birds are diurnal, feeding and flying in daylight. Diurnal animals include many primates and reptiles. The diurnal patterns of these animals help them avoid predators. Insectivorous, feeding on insects, many bats are insectivorous, consuming hundreds of insects nightly. Insectivorous plants trap and digest insects for nutrients. The frog is an insectivorous species, catching insects with its sticky tongue. To camouflage, to hide or disguise the presence of a person, animal, or object by blending in with the surroundings, the chameleon changes color to camouflage itself in its environment. Military uniforms are designed to camouflage soldiers in combat. Some insects camouflage themselves to avoid predators. Anthropoid, resembling a human being in form, chimpanzees and gorillas are considered anthropoid apes. The anthropoid features of the statue were remarkably lifelike. Scientists study anthropoid primates to learn about human evolution. Bioluminescent, emitting light as a result of a chemical reaction within a living organism, many deep-sea creatures are bioluminescent to attract prey. The bioluminescent algae create a glowing effect in the water at night. Fireflies are well-known bioluminescent insects. Territoriality, the defense of a bounded space against other individuals, lions display strong territoriality, marking their territory with scent. Birds often show territoriality during the breeding season. The concept of territoriality is important in animal behavior studies. Detritivore, an animal that feeds on dead organic material, especially plant detritus. Earthworms are detritivores, breaking down organic matter in the soil. Detritivores play a crucial role in nutrient cycling in ecosystems. By consuming decaying material, detritivores help keep the environment clean. Omnivorous, feeding on both plants and animals, humans are omnivorous, consuming a wide variety of foods. Bears are omnivorous, eating berries, fish, and insects. Omnivorous diets allow animals to adapt to different environments. Invertebrate, an animal lacking a backbone. Invertebrates include insects, spiders, and mollusks. Coral reefs are home to many invertebrate species. Invertebrates can be found in almost every habitat on Earth. Arthropod, an invertebrate animal having an exoskeleton, a segmented body, and paired jointed appendages. Insects, spiders, and crustaceans are all arthropods. Arthropods are the most diverse group of animals on the planet. Studying arthropods helps scientists understand biodiversity. Predator, an animal that naturally preys on others. Lions are apex predators, sitting at the top of the food chain. Predators play a key role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems. The presence of predators affects the behavior and population of prey species. Endangered, at risk of extinction, many species are endangered due to habitat loss. Conservation efforts are crucial for endangered animals. The panda is one of the most well-known endangered species. Hibernation, a state of inactivity and metabolic depression in animals during winter. Bears undergo hibernation to survive the cold months. Hibernation helps animals conserve energy when food is scarce. The study of hibernation reveals how animals adapt to their environment. Monogamous, having one mate at a time, swans are known for their monogamous relationships. Monogamous species often show strong pair bonds. Monogamous behavior is observed in many bird species. Polygamous, having multiple mates. In polygamous societies, one male mates with several females. Polygamous behavior is common in some bird species. Anthropologists study polygamous cultures to understand human diversity. Carnivorous, feeding on other animals. Lions are carnivorous predators at the top of the food chain. Carnivorous plants trap and digest insects. Carnivorous diets require a high intake of protein. Exoskeleton, an external skeleton that supports and protects an animal's body. Insects and crustaceans have a protective exoskeleton. The exoskeleton of a crab provides both support and defense. Exoskeletons must be shed for the animal to grow. Aposematic, having bright colors or markings as a warning to predators. Many poisonous frogs have aposematic coloration. Aposematic signals help prevent attacks by predators. The bright colors of aposematic animals indicate their toxicity. Aviary, a large enclosure for keeping birds. The zoo's aviary houses a variety of exotic birds. Bird watchers can observe species up close in an aviary. The aviary provides a safe habitat for endangered birds. Benthic, relating to the bottom of a sea or lake, benthic organisms play a crucial role in aquatic ecosystems. Scientists study benthic zones to understand marine life. Benthic habitats are home to a diverse range of species. Binomial nomenclature, a system of naming species with two names, genus and species. Binomial nomenclature is used to classify living organisms. The binomial name for humans is Homo sapiens. Carl Linnaeus developed the system of binomial nomenclature. Biomimicry, the design of materials and systems modeled on biological entities. Biomimicry can lead to innovative solutions in engineering. Designers use biomimicry to create sustainable products. Biomimicry involves studying nature to solve human problems. Biota, the animal and plant life of a particular region, habitat, or period. The biota of the Amazon rainforest is incredibly diverse. Climate change affects the biota of various ecosystems. Scientists catalog the biota of new environments to understand biodiversity. Carrion, the decaying flesh of dead animals. Vultures feed on carrion and help clean up the environment. Carrion attracts a variety of scavenger species. Carrion beetles play a role in decomposing animal remains. Cryptic coloration, camouflage that allows an organism to blend in with its surroundings. Cryptic coloration helps animals avoid predators. The cryptic coloration of the insect made it invisible on the tree bark. Many animals use cryptic coloration as a survival strategy. Dimorphism, the occurrence of two distinct forms within the same species. Sexual dimorphism is common in many bird species. Dimorphism can result in males and females having different sizes or colors. Researchers study dimorphism to understand evolutionary adaptations. Ecotone, a transition area between two biological communities. Ecotones often contain a high diversity of species. The ecotone between forest and grassland provides unique habitats. Ecotones are important for studying ecological interactions. Eutrophication, the process by which a body of water becomes enriched with nutrients, often leading to excessive growth of algae. Eutrophication can cause oxygen depletion in aquatic systems. Agricultural runoff is a major contributor to eutrophication. Efforts to control eutrophication focus on reducing nutrient inputs. Herbivorous, feeding on plants. Deer are herbivorous animals that graze on grass and leaves. Herbivorous diets provide vital nutrients for plant-eating animals. Many herbivorous insects play a crucial role in pollination. Kleptoparasitism, a form of feeding in which one animal steals food gathered by another. Kleptoparasitism is commonly observed in birds like gulls. The behavior of kleptoparasitism can give an advantage to certain predators. Researchers study kleptoparasitism to understand competition among species. Macrofauna, large animals or plants, typically visible to the naked eye. Soil macrofauna include earthworms and beetles. Marine macrofauna are crucial for the health of coral reefs. Studying macrofauna helps ecologists understand ecosystem dynamics. Metamorphosis, a biological process of development involving a significant change in form. Butterflies undergo metamorphosis from caterpillars. Metamorphosis allows amphibians to transition from water to land. The metamorphosis of insects includes stages like larvae and pupae. Mimicry, the similarity of one organism to another, often providing protection. The butterfly's mimicry makes it look like a poisonous species. Mimicry can help prey avoid predators by resembling dangerous animals. Researchers study mimicry to understand evolutionary adaptations. Mutualism, symbiotic relationship in which both species benefit. Bees and flowers have a mutualism that benefits both species. Mutualism can improve the survival rates of both organisms involved. The mutualism between clownfish and anemones is a well-known example. Nectarivorous, feeding on nectar. Hummingbirds are nectarivorous, feeding on the nectar of flowers. Nectarivorous bats play a key role in pollinating plants. The diet of nectarivorous species is rich in sugars. Pelagic, relating to the open sea, pelagic fish live in the open ocean away from the coast. The pelagic zone supports a variety of marine life. Researchers study pelagic ecosystems to understand ocean biodiversity. Phenology, the study of cyclic and seasonal natural phenomena. Phenology helps scientists track the timing of biological events. Climate change can affect the phenology of plant and animal species. Phenology is used to predict the onset of seasons and migrations. Phytoplankton, microscopic marine algae that form the basis of the aquatic food web. Phytoplankton are essential for oxygen production in oceans. The abundance of phytoplankton can indicate water quality. Phytoplankton blooms can be seen from space due to their large size. Ruminant, an animal that chews cud regurgitated from its rumen. Cows are ruminants that have a specialized stomach for digesting tough plant material. Ruminants play a significant role in agriculture. The digestive system of ruminants allows them to break down cellulose. Sessile, fixed in one place, immobile. Coral polyps are sessile organisms that attach to the reef. Sessile barnacles are commonly found on rocks and ship hulls. Sessile plants and animals rely on external factors for dispersal. Symbiosis, interaction between two different organisms living in close physical association, typically to the advantage of both. Symbiosis between bees and flowers is essential for pollination. The coral and algae exhibit a symbiotic relationship. Symbiosis can benefit both organisms involved in the interaction. Trophic level, each of several hierarchical levels in an ecosystem, comprising organisms that share the same function in the food chain. Producers form the first trophic level in an ecosystem. Predators occupy the highest trophic levels. Energy transfer decreases at higher trophic levels. Vertebrate, an animal of a large group distinguished by the possession of a backbone or spinal column. Vertebrates include mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. The study of vertebrates helps understand evolutionary processes. Vertebrates are capable of complex movements and behaviors. Viviparous, bringing forth live young that have developed inside the body of the parent. Most mammals are viviparous, giving birth to live offspring. Viviparous reproduction allows better protection of the young. The viviparous nature of some reptiles is an adaptation to their environment. Zooplankton, plankton consisting of small animals and the immature stages of larger animals. Zooplankton are a crucial food source for many marine species. The abundance of zooplankton indicates a healthy ecosystem. Fish larvae feed on zooplankton during their early development stages. Zygote, a fertilized ovum. The zygote undergoes rapid cell division after fertilization. Genetic material from both parents combines in the zygote. The zygote is the first stage of development in sexually reproducing organisms. Altricial, of a young bird or other animal, hatched or born in an undeveloped state and requiring care and feeding by the parents. Altricial birds are born blind and featherless. Parental care is crucial for the survival of altricial young. The altricial young remain in the nest until they are fully developed. Amphibious, able to live both on land and in water, frogs are amphibious creatures, thriving in both environments. The amphibious lifestyle of some animals allows greater flexibility. Certain plants have evolved to be amphibious, surviving in fluctuating water levels. Annelid, a segmented worm of the phylum Annelida, such as an earthworm or leech. Earthworms are common annelids found in soil. Annelids play an important role in aerating the soil. Marine annelids are an essential part of the ocean ecosystem. Biodiversity, the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem. The rainforest is known for its incredible biodiversity. Conservation efforts aim to protect biodiversity. Biodiversity ensures the stability of ecosystems. Biogeography, the study of the distribution of species and ecosystems in geographic space and through geological time. Biogeography helps explain the spread of species across continents. The Galapagos Islands are a key site for biogeographical research. Climate change affects the biogeography of many species. Biparental care, a system in which both parents provide care for their offspring. Biparental care is common in many bird species. The benefits of biparental care include increased survival rates for the young. Studies show that biparental care can lead to healthier offspring. Endemic, native and restricted to a certain place. The koala is endemic to Australia. Endemic species are often vulnerable to environmental changes. Conservation efforts focus on protecting endemic species. Eusocial, the highest level of organization of animal sociality, seen in some insects like bees and ants. Eusocial insects have a complex social structure. Bees are eusocial, with a single queen and many workers. Eusocial behavior includes cooperative brood care. Fossorial, adapted to digging and living underground. Fossorial animals like moles have specialized claws for digging. Fossorial species play a role in soil aeration. The fossorial lifestyle provides protection from predators. Gametogenesis, the process in which cells undergo meiosis to form gametes. Gametogenesis is essential for sexual reproduction. The stages of gametogenesis include the formation of sperm and eggs. Scientists study gametogenesis to understand fertility issues. Holometabolism, complete metamorphosis that includes 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Butterflies undergo holometabolism during their life cycle. Holometabolism allows insects to exploit different ecological niches. The stages of holometabolism can help avoid competition between life stages. Intraspecific competition, competition between individuals of the same species. Intraspecific competition can lead to natural selection. Food scarcity often intensifies intraspecific competition. Intraspecific competition influences population dynamics. Mutagen, an agent, such as radiation or a chemical substance, that causes genetic mutation. Exposure to mutagens can lead to genetic disorders. Many environmental pollutants act as mutagens. Researchers study mutagens to understand their impact on DNA. Niche differentiation, the process by which competing species use the environment differently in a way that helps them to coexist. Niche differentiation reduces direct competition among species. Different feeding times can lead to niche differentiation. Habitat specialization is a form of niche differentiation. Parthenogenesis, a form of asexual reproduction in which an egg develops without being fertilized. Some reptiles and insects can reproduce through parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis can occur in both natural and artificial environments. Scientists study parthenogenesis for insights into reproductive biology. Photosynthesis, the process by which green plants and some other organisms use sunlight to synthesize nutrients from carbon dioxide and water. Photosynthesis is vital for the survival of most life forms on Earth. The rate of photosynthesis can be affected by light intensity. Plants convert sunlight into energy through photosynthesis. Protandry, the condition in which an organism starts life as a male and then changes to a female. Protandry is common in certain fish species, such as clownfish. In plants, protandry helps prevent self-fertilization. Researchers study protandry to understand reproductive strategies. Sanguivorous, feeding on blood. Vampire bats are sanguivorous, feeding on the blood of other animals. Certain insects, like mosquitoes, are also sanguivorous. Sanguivorous animals have specialized adaptations for their diet. Speciation, the formation of new and distinct species in the course of evolution. Speciation can occur due to geographical isolation. Adaptive radiation often leads to speciation. The study of speciation helps scientists understand biodiversity. Bioluminescence, the production and emission of light by a living organism. Many deep-sea creatures use bioluminescence to attract prey. The bioluminescence of fireflies is used for communication. Researchers study bioluminescence to develop new technologies. Brood parasitism, a form of parasitism where one species lays its eggs in the nest of another species. Cuckoos are well known for their brood parasitism behavior. Brood parasitism can negatively affect the host species' reproduction. The strategy of brood parasitism allows some birds to increase their reproductive success. Chlorophyll, a green pigment responsible for the absorption of light to provide energy for photosynthesis. Chlorophyll gives plants their green color and aids in photosynthesis. The presence of chlorophyll is essential for plant growth. Scientists study chlorophyll to understand plant biology. Cocoon, a silky case spun by the larvae of many insects for protection as pupae. Butterflies and moths undergo metamorphosis inside a cocoon. The caterpillar spun a cocoon to protect itself during transformation. Cocoons provide a safe environment for insects to develop. Detritus, dead organic matter, such as fallen leaves or dead organisms. Detritus is an important food source for many organisms in an ecosystem. The decomposition of detritus releases nutrients into the soil. Detritus accumulates on the forest floor, contributing to nutrient cycling. Diploblastic, having two germ layers, the ectoderm and the endoderm. Cnidarians, such as jellyfish, are diploblastic organisms. Diploblastic animals lack the mesoderm layer found in more complex organisms. The study of diploblastic organisms helps scientists understand early animal evolution. Echolocation, the use of sound waves and echoes to determine where objects are in space. Bats use echolocation to navigate and hunt for insects in the dark. Dolphins also utilize echolocation to communicate and find food. Echolocation allows animals to perceive their environment through sound. Entomophagy, the practice of eating insects. Entomophagy is a common practice in many cultures around the world. Insects are a rich source of protein for those who practice entomophagy. Entomophagy is promoted as a sustainable food source. Fusiform, spindle-shaped, tapering at both ends. Many fish have a fusiform body shape for efficient swimming. The fusiform shape of the bird helps it move easily through the air. Scientists study fusiform shapes to understand locomotion in animals. Gastrolith, a stone swallowed by an animal to aid in digestion. Crocodiles and some birds use gastroliths to grind food in their stomachs. Gastroliths help break down tough plant material in herbivores. Paleontologists find gastroliths in the fossilized remains of dinosaurs. Hemimetabolism, incomplete metamorphosis with 3 stages, egg, nymph, and adult. Grasshoppers and cockroaches undergo hemimetabolism. In hemimetabolism, the nymphs often resemble small adults. Hemimetabolism allows for gradual development of insects. Herpetology, the study of reptiles and amphibians. Herpetology focuses on understanding the biology of reptiles and amphibians. Herpetologists conduct field research to study species in their natural habitats. Conservation efforts for reptiles and amphibians are guided by herpetological research. Keystone species, a species on which other species in an ecosystem largely depend, such that if it were removed the ecosystem would change drastically. the beaver is a keystone species in many freshwater habitats. Keystone species play a critical role in maintaining ecological balance. The removal of a keystone species can lead to significant changes in an ecosystem. Ontogeny, the development and growth of an organism. Ontogeny studies help scientists understand developmental processes. The ontogeny of a butterfly includes metamorphosis. Researchers examine ontogeny to learn how organisms evolve over time. Pheromone, a chemical substance produced and released into the environment by an animal, affecting the behavior or physiology of others of its species, ants use pheromones to communicate and navigate. Pheromones play a key role in the mating behaviors of many species. Scientists study pheromones to understand animal communication. Planktivorous, feeding on plankton, whale sharks are planktivorous, filtering plankton from the water. Planktivorous fish are crucial for marine ecosystems. The diet of planktivorous species consists mainly of microscopic organisms. Saprophytic, feeding on dead or decaying organic matter, fungi are often saprophytic, breaking down dead plant material. Saprophytic organisms play a vital role in nutrient cycling. The saprophytic lifestyle helps decompose organic matter. Sessility, the quality of being fixed in one place, immobile. Coral reefs are composed of sessile organisms. Sessility allows some plants to conserve energy and resources. Sessile animals rely on water currents to bring them food. Spiracle, an external respiratory opening in some animals, such as insects and fish. Sharks use spiracles to breathe while resting on the sea floor. Insects have spiracles along their bodies for respiration. The spiracles in fish help them obtain oxygen from water. Taphonomy, the branch of paleontology that deals with the processes of fossilization. Taphonomy helps scientists understand how fossils are formed. The study of taphonomy reveals the conditions that preserve remains. Taphonomy provides insights into the ancient environments where fossils were found. Keystone species, a species on which other species in an ecosystem largely depend, such that if it were removed the ecosystem would change drastically. The beaver is a keystone species that creates wetlands used by many other species. Keystone species maintain the structure of an ecological community. The decline of a keystone species can lead to significant ecosystem changes. Ontogeny, the development and growth of an organism. Ontogeny tracks the development from a fertilized egg to a mature organism. Scientists study ontogeny to understand developmental processes. The ontogeny of a butterfly includes the stages of egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Pheromone, a chemical substance produced and released into the environment by an animal, affecting the behavior or physiology of others of its species. Ants release pheromones to mark trails to food sources. Pheromones are crucial in the mating behaviors of many species. Researchers investigate pheromones to understand animal communication. Planktivorous, feeding on plankton. Whale sharks are planktivorous, feeding on tiny plankton in the water. Many marine fish are planktivorous and consume large quantities of plankton. Planktivorous species play an important role in the ocean food web. Saprophytic, feeding on dead or decaying organic matter. Saprophytic fungi decompose dead plant material. Saprophytic organisms are essential for nutrient cycling in ecosystems. The saprophytic lifestyle helps recycle organic matter back into the soil. Sessility, the quality of being fixed in one place, immobile. Sessile organisms like barnacles attach themselves permanently to surfaces. Corals exhibit sessility, remaining fixed to the reef structure. Sessility in plants often means they rely on wind or animals for pollination. Spiracle, an external respiratory opening in some animals, such as insects and fish. Sharks have spiracles that allow them to breathe while resting on the sea floor. Insects use spiracles to exchange gases with the environment. The spiracle structure in fish aids in respiration. Taphonomy, the branch of paleontology that deals with the processes of fossilization. Taphonomy provides insights into how organisms become fossilized. Studying taphonomy helps paleontologists reconstruct ancient environments. The conditions of burial are a key focus in taphonomy research.